Mommy, and now as a trail me a cover bread you say about Bedigana Hong Komo, Ghana ye yone Ghana punto ain't channel so be Pimo Fontaine UTV Ghana yes to me live also and on channel 360 on DSTV so see what's coming home. Na yina yendi enkomoyi emfa emoman sana no. Mame kanfo MSP 30 emfa marshal fo a wo mo hwe nkanka sa wo yoba na won se buo no nchiwa ebi ewo ho a meso tutu me kase ya na ma wonsam koka MSP 30 aduro no se wunye bia na se wo how bi etese eye irregular menses ebetimi ti women say eba month way the next month ema wo hebe na be 3 months atom eba chese wukra hu ano enti ma wonsanka MSP 30 scanty wo se eba ko nanka obabi ebu ne nsa meka se bia nam foamiens enson eso de ensia num kropo na okay obi so ma pese a day 2 eba so koma nyese eba dodo bi ketewa bia ma onsanka MSP 30 no menses I know wo mo friend aminoria na chese emakura wo de wonsa no wo mokura because ebi so a wo hwehwa awo nti ebe dey ena yeye ma onsanka MSP 30 wo PCOS a mi so ma onsanka MSP 30 na enu aduro anasa anu yie MSP 30 heavy menses because ubu nsa na bansu muja bebre always we anu aye hoya wo de menses duro no aye pale ma onsanka MSP 30 infertility awo nsama kwa atwe e de ama wo dia ene na waduro MSP 30 eboa pa enkanka wo yoba nti wo de eni gisem ne se a doctor for enim defo ena omo hye MSP 30 echi nti omo so omo number no se wo frɛ a omo betimi ene wo aye free consultation na wa kyerɛkyerɛ wo kwan obefa so impo afa no anase wo how bi so ankyerɛkyerɛ wo betimi ede amaw te no kopie mo pharmacies ene herbal and chemical shop na ni nyina omo ton bi ewo ho no ti from 0541 7278 0541727818 eno any MSP 30 we say a free online consultation or money wo ebe kama pe no dudu mo tu so a bomoden na frɛ wo mo 0541727818 eno any MSP 30 wo mo number and am me fast that kese pa emma possible beauty house or say luxury or nothing we shall for say make luxury so let me you go me chi let me pia we go say ye pixie cut say ye body wave open in volumes say open bone straight hair open blunt cut open pixie cutter me patcho possible beauty house and no any baby I met me account for the amount of any chair Spinters udru Lekma Hospital na adjacent hospital na udru Spinters Lekma Hospital no adjacent ni nchemu hono ma ubehu possible beauty house and so one more number anaso one more akache e wo hono mtibe number no e ba be ma wo bomode na frɛ wo mo e wo 0246811026 0246811026 and obi say abana na watade no wuti ho mponi ena se de esikoyi e fata wo kyese enya asemketwe ena mse part vintage adawroma part vintage obepiem gba we top base e ho no wo uko Instagram obo part vintage I was an insano e wo ho no mo occasion bia okobi obepam so atade amount different part e was 024265 3361 0242653361 no any part na mbantibra musisi wona so ye no me fe atade no kwa upia na all eyes are on you and mamindi anasa maminti adofo bi awo dem free o me free hono na chese maba studio na ya shenkomo na se William Danso sorry we happy birthday to Sister Doris Chum Berima on your 40th birthday we a teacher at St. Martin's de Paris school what down someone may God bless your new age ain't from Stanley of UTV to Sister Doris Chum Berima and ne wedding fee Adrian ain't Stanley say oh my happy birthday wo ye checheni e wo St. Martin's de Paris e wo down someone inti Stanley of UTV so ma happy glorious birthday. Nyame wo hira no onye okese. Happy birthday to Mrs. Abigail Ochre wo USA. Wo kunu Steven Ochre wo Connecticut wo USA. And so ene wo boba bema nana odro no so USA no mo so mo bompa ise nyame ma good health and long life any enije emo so ni sika bebre enti wo mo so mo do papa sa so na masaba nkoma jesi owura ye o TV so say o ma happy birthday nyame onhira wo na onye wo kese no nto wo nkwa ennem nso so happy birthday to Miss Barbara Nsroma we secretary to Dr. Yao or say Educhum from your Opoku Mensa into your Opoku say happy birthday to Miss Barbara Nsroma or your secretary to Dr. Yao say Educhum ora ya Opoku Mensa say happy glorious birthday nyame onhira na onto wo nkwanne mo no nya okese pa eti ene asama e de pono so ayebedi eho enkomo ebi enese ene exporters flout raw rubber ban police agents expose clandestine operations into somewhere April and ebetoja trade minister ede tabono eto raw materials and as a raw rubber exported say SSC etimi add value to it ne etimi produce enough a supply local businesses no ne yesu betimi nya emfaso ede free mu nti omo de tabono atoso nenso so tabono ne da so de na so binu esmago ede ko nti aposifo nso nsa so binu page omo che wo mu a omo su omo kwa akofefri Cote d'Ivoire ene baaye eniema na se nkrata asem wo ho eche say indeed efi Cote d'Ivoire na eba na eno so so a ebi eni ho no mo emu duduo anase ni muduro no so krampo no na emiti standard no se let say nipa mo se mudi free Cote d'Ivoire fe mudi free Cape Coast road ho no mo Mankesim area ho no mo ene ye che hyen no mo so mo de tema factory bay ena mo de kwa supply wo mo anu nti mo de free ho no na che so mo ye hwehwemu na no kure bia sa enimo na arewo sempo so ne say as at 21st April 2023 ena Cote d'Ivoire for so de tabono eto wo so exports na of raw material rubber no say say no kure bia sa enim ti ye den ena wo kasa ko fa fi Cote d'Ivoire na say Ghana ha say de na ye de tabono to so de na nso ebinom de fa kuntuna se exporting tiene yebedi eno so eho enkomo turn rice sector into growth engine vice president tells regional investors policy makers inti we say ya de yeni ankasa yendi local rice about 3.8 billion almost 4 billion ena afibia eba na enuane aye crafty amanone eba rice we free ma enyeye eno so ejina mutinti manpa eti ene se betimi aboa dia ene na esese yakase consume your rice no no omo kofa ba no so no yetimi de nhihye bi ntie ne honorable Erikopoku Krompo so akasa se nhihye wo ho no ma ebetimi aboa ama saa si ebedi local rice na se ebetimi promote ama yisika yebenya no ebeboa ama economy no so etimi there will be a stability ntie no so ebedi ho nkomo leader versus speaker nothing to reconsider. The speaker cannot in any way reverse what has happened. What has happened has happened. And evedi hon komo. Speaker Balben say debi. See it me kwashe bill ye pass the 29th LGBTQ plus no. And majority leader say ye reconsider it. The ya na na ye de kwa mo mampanyini sent to it. And you be no so home and come Oraya Asanita no a political analyst Abidru has sent me nene shasi shenimu so honorable Akwesia kwa and I say honorable Nanaya Champim Jantua no honorable Akwesia kwa beba and honorable Nanaya Champim Jantua and so beba so fire abe dear mamma no shas of fire mema watching what's na say
you so sister
hey He's the channel, shall we?
Intense.
Why is sana pay?
That's it.
Yes, a combination is a calculation.
Yeah.
One say o top no. There's a touch of it ubeska akasa akoko sra de. Yellow that's a gold. E bi so kepo no.
Maybe I'm free burning trail.
Maybe free burning trail.
And the brown represents the earth. Which is the same shoe I'm wearing. The trending woman currently you are on top into here my gaba the echo no I'm sure production
it's also
na men can say I'm happy to be a Ghanaian at this time, but I'm not happy that I have crossed my 40s and I have headed into my 50s. That I am not happy. My church was here.
You need your wisdom, won't you?
Debbie. So see, I should share a guaquem, a bay diaba, the mean who your mineral sector. I wished I were 20 years old to enjoy the fruits of what is yet to come to Ghana. And so I will explain. My main fact so I'm chair Dr. Dufo, the owner of Heat Goldfield. Now I'm chair MD, Ura Patrick Apia Mensa. Now I was lucky enough to me witness say on my lunch, last week Thursday. Is it Hemai? Now it gives me a lot of confidence of the direction Ghana is going to ensure, say, no matter the external forces in the future, the economy no and shut it down. And now say it will not be shaky. And so I'll commend Heat Goldfields for the bold step they have taken. The launch of the 5-year community development plan has been amazing, or it is amazing. An indigenous miner Obano, and yes, a promise is keke. Omo vote $20 million over the next 5 years to develop Christiabo Goso and its environs. Na normal mbe nurses training college, technical and vocational training college, Ombesi fire service, and AstroTurf ahoro, any other development. Apart from that, no, Omo making sure say ahemfo a omo mpotem ho. Locals no omo bibi kakra wo nsem, and they are interested in the mines no. Are forming a company to be part and parcel of the mines. I'm saying from local, something of the sort. Now, during the lunch, I have for a boat tree a bad, I have never witnessed it in anywhere. And that tells me that Ghana, we are capable of managing our own affairs as our founder, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Ekanye. Now, your share proceeds are if you dama back through gold board at the Bank of Ghana. It is my expectation and hope, say, we will continue and consider to take back our mineral sector. Okay.
What can I say? No, let's say, any da so Abama Ghana ejuma, and I say Ghana need this year, and I say Ghana for womo etu womo esi wonom so womo beboa na womo nyuma eba no efumo gudie etu mo a enye se womo egi sika no nom de akwa amana no but rather no womo gi sika na eka eye ahase over asema wo kan sesi about eye hiti any $20 million investment womo are making into it no. It reminded me of Abra Ora Ibrahim Mahama Abra mo hand over that mine amano no. Also o mention airports any I think it's a hospital any roads and so eka ho obi be bisa say sa mine we say ye baby a na enye se na da ho no mokwa na abrofo e na wo mo etu but I don't think so munya say ni so ade ho no bo so mo yes ade no and back to Sahith the year working within the community no e mining areas na one of the deplorable communities are who can even in Ghana wo a topic mama kan sa because obo ase even akwanya ekọ honam kombo is so bad is it because omo nam kwan so ya na omo huna na and I say so we Ghana ni na wonya entiase into now na say focus no ko Ghana for so ana
esa medasi Ibrahim Mahama has shown capacity and capability. The same applies to Ura Kwabena Dufo. Say ye share important ma you to gold when I say fagudia horo ewo ho. Now you share the deplorable state in which they are. Compared to other areas. And me back o question no me answering so. Now my main chire bibi menken kan bibi keto bi a me say opanyi bi and I said is it the CEO of Goldfield Takwa your friend Mike is it Fraser na non semuni was say we are not in any way going to give up on Goldfields that is Goldfields mine in Takwa. Now they have applied since last November for their lease to be extended for the next 20 years. Now, you see, Mike, let me tell you in the face, this is a tree program, but let me speak English. So maybe you could hear what some of us feel and think. This is not about a xenophobic attack, reprisal, or maybe revenge. We are going to encourage the people in Takwa and across the country, especially the youth, to agitate, demonstrate for the non-renewal of Goldfields Takwa, their lease. And you see, it will not only be irresponsible on the part of cabinet, but wickedness if they dare extend the lease of Goldfields Takwa. Womrekura ye hu say Ibrahim Mahama gold awode ba system ni mu. The Dr. Dufo no Heath gold omode ba. We cannot afford any longer to sit down to allow foreigners to take control of our mineral resources. That is the backbone of every country's economic development. Now, say you're too good. Now about 80% of it is going out of the country. Now, baby, you're too good. No more tea. Your friend say in foot room. To the point, say you're too good. Now, we cannot continue to countenance this any longer. And I must commend the Mahama administration for the direction. I don't care if it is only Ibrahim Mahama and Dufo who have the capacity to take all our mineral resources
once it remains here.
Once it remains here. And we must fight for this, regardless of whatever. We should fight to ensure, say, because see, Gold Boss establishment has shown the way, say young Kasa you see some of the loopholes economy. We always, encourage investors to come here and then invest. We are not saying they shouldn't come. They can come as partners, but we are not going to allow them to take the front row and take 80% or whatever it is back to their country for development.
Then then at some point, I think some of the decisions also would depend on us as a country, because negotiation and one in any determine say or the 80% ebekwa and as on for 80%.
Exactly the case, and that is why I am happy about what is happening. Azuma resource now belongs to Ura Ibrahim Mahama, Dama Ura Ibrahim Mahama, and Heath Goldfield or Christy Abogoso. Look, Omo what takwano. So more here man demonstrate against the yes, I'm very serious against the extension. Yes, and maybe be bomo do mo sabe show mo sim no maka ka say hwede Ibrahim Mahama wo ye wo daman important hwede wo ye wo azuma resource ba bi e wo hwede owura kwabnadufo oye on in heat gold omo ye e wo Prestige Bogoso and it environs on be can say agesa ye hu yanka na ye too late yenji ye mineral resources ni nyina it doesn't matter. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, you have 4 years. Don't mind what the foreign entities will say about you. The mines or the mineral resources belongs to us, and it is our responsibility to ensure, say, it will remain here to develop our country. Infiltrating dorsal, no birth syndrome at dorsal, yare at dorsal. All these things can help us come to a pointer. Ye be ye ho officer and kwasuma de bia na yesika ye dwiri edeko. Enti I will commend Ura Amakufibwa, Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. So no so njira ne nan so. Ye mpese ba ko wiye you no na ebia ye ko extend ya come obi $1 million each wo baabi na omo agigi scanner omo extend lease for 20 good years. Ye wo obi na by 20 years. Ankoba be to say sa process na ka o mem hanka de developer ha. And the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources me pacho jina wona so na Owura Ahoma ono so ye Director of Mines, Minister of Finance and Lands. Also adwuma mo no ye nutria. Enti MD of Gold Heath Gold Fields. Ye bo abaso Owura Patrick appear mensa na de mo ye no mo nko so mo show example. So the bear ban our also and our ban be no don't say it is only right to take back our mineral resources. Okay,
we shall form a menda or fire asani tano ase near Kasaya Honorable Nanaya Chempim Jantua, the first former female General Secretary for CPP and now a presidential staffer. I miss her so much. Nana, you brutal that I'm watching what's Yami and the way we on our way. There was one person because of that.
Yeah, fair, no, and can say. I know a different topic altogether. Well, that's another dimension.
In South Africa, how much they away?
No. See, this leadership advisor. They will always be the pace setter. When it comes to, you know, democracy.
Message at the okay, when you democracy, where xenophobia and I know. I'm a catcher of South Africa. We move from Titi. Who drew almost the black Africans here. Ode ase me makọ South Africa akọ udru hotel pe odo bag si wona cleaners no mo si the black Africans here into mo ye say aliens to them ultimately so me dey
but say me
to show them say omo ntimi ntwiti any ampacho munya dey
and be no engine hini e wo ho tie emfa ne sa
ye mfa ne dey sa
tie ne nya ye independent way back ansana 1994 there
1994 ye o akola 1994
no compared 1994 to 1957
what did 32
nana Every 69 years.
Fasa media takwa me say
menya mission or abache dey na abache
dey menya mines ne menya ade
simple
that's all
simple
mom dey me view no nya government view but
me so me I'm not against say and say Ghana ni but me my am fat say because of what they done in Tina.
Oma be Oma yes 30 years enough. One munko mine and now Joshua Julius Malema or see jobs are all creating. Five of you are working in some of your friend is a hairdressing salon barber shop. Omo employ 5, 3, 4. No more call ye. Manya juma. More creative jobs. Into some person mo island or Africa ha. Omufu so omunya African so omuntena ho because this is not the first time they've done it. What you say akola misbehavior, you punish that akola. You don't have to croak no ka say Ghana for the night into dey bia ye ntan ni e dey asem ye night broni ba be sisa ye go de niam na dey ko develop ni chrome okọ ho anu otan we dey bia because say UK mineral resource be na wo enso so ye ko mo ha ye nieme ya na ombesesa na omato no cheap price na omo de akwakọ di obasan akwakọ add the value na omo de aba na omo ba beton amaye o ti de me che no nti ne mraso se Ghana se ya masa nkofo we ya memu a anka maybe se ye ko yanim masa me ma travel Africa travel Ghana is not a bad place at all yes nyankopon san chira yen o ti ase ye wo former goodie nti the time has come for us to take control of our own resources. Tell Kwame Nkrumah kind we are capable of taking care of our own affairs because His Excellency Mahama by our children the why ye nyina kyerɛ sɛ ye kan ho bom na se ye focus that ye betimi asesa Ghana what is the michire enye nkrofobia omo de omo nwene Ghana ho but the point is that CPP for NDC His Excellency Mahama you say ono CPP nyina ye na matia CPP na matia nyina sa omo ntuti ye ye ani apia na CPP na matia o ada so ka ho ono a political analyst ni onya na se there is a yama ono ye friend saying ye nya maame samea omunye wuntimi edi na tare ye ho okay otima say ye edi no na ye de nam odo ne wo ho but obu suban de suban no suban na ye mienu nya ACP before ne say ye nya be what be that ono ye political analyst so me
presidential staff
no say omo twene free so na de besi for omo the police for
yo ya no me nim se bia me say edim ko police station edim ko court for contempt eke ya de matum kra me am nkrofo
CPP and PSC omoka say you suspend don't forget don't think say you can go back omo pamo no omo so buy the same I'm telling you
me catch it up
dia jene dia no pay
okay the political party ben and na who say ne members to eti platform back so but omo designation is divided. Can you imagine this? You won't find that in anywhere. MPP won't find it, MDC won't find it. So CPP, what we need to on especially a my program now, yeah, sister station. Me wo Auntie Rodalyn wo Susan wo first vice, second vice, and for one. Susan the Duamankwa, son of the second vice chair.
Yes.
Rodalyn, first vice, me, former general secretary. All three women sitting there are CPP. Can you imagine?
So former acting general secretary.
Former acting general secretary. Yes. General secretary, Pamode standard.
That's what you used to. I was afraid to say Honorable Alexander Kwesi Akwai, member of Parliament, moment for more. Yachimota constituency. Honorable Yemawo Yako Kesia Parasama Akwaba.
Very interested age. Oh, Miss Nami, ye na meti.
Bejumoso, Damasi.
Kafra pa.
And their own casa.
Abanti and they said you will see both to Dremuno dear.
And if it is an accident as a man of
and
then you can relate to it. Sometimes no better how about discussing and say normal is but say be obeying accident to where man said money but he was going to defend the cause. Yeah, police station yeah. Police station monto regent the instruction about mamonto well you see better he was going to show them the original instruction say someone who do one anyway so you can imagine how far saying
so like no free
order to a down quanta is just about a kilometer or two.
Na that's 2 point
baby yeah elections some of we other towns they say how more to so how mama to okay I'm going to hear kajo say yes momonto then he goes and he never comes back. So you can imagine say owo say you 38 3 kids a wife the mother
38
and this is somebody who is not just a PA. Last time I'm a Baha, or not driving me Baha. From Odan to Accra. Drive so well. down on the car obi na beje nka and control become obi so na the car nyesa ti mejira we so ama abusuafo MPP amayoku oda MPP ene you see because my PA obi ehia bibi ofa no so ade bia obi ehia bia ho kofi so everybody is down say enye yempo a say na kofi no obekasa if it's difficult say na kofi no obekasa he never gets angry people report him to me na my friend kofi on fa me ade my friend me twine nim on kasa obewie no abechire mu ni entia it's not been done. Yeah, I am so broken. So from May to now I decided to stay away from media. But for how long can you stay away? Ti June my resume. Ya me yadoma ebenada ebe na ye be na watwe. Awoda. Na fe ya share data. E de bepe. Minua madam fo me ba me bibia.
Yes o kan bibia o se pacho me pesa me de kakra. Eso so kan bibia.
Oh boss pacho mu hia kakra.
Oh.
Boss pacho mu kakra. Boss o my radio umma. This is somebody who manages everybody.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not a fair world. And but if somebody so close to you dies, then you come to terms with death. And surprisingly, I didn't know how much people knew him. He was a friend to the media. Media for him, friend, the way he would manage them. And it went viral. And you know, to make an assistance be and a fan. If you are helping people with transfer, postings here and there. To Obiatia, why should this young man die now?
38. Oh. And then I come a road accident. Na just say first quarter no, the way I see a shooting no, and yasem ketwa. Oh.
But Medda, the presidential candidate, I say, Dr. Baumia. At a very good meeting or calling for 1 minute silence because the circumstance somebody who is so passionate about the party, passionate about democracy, passionate about fairness. It is bibin ko yina betu ho anamo na na mo no be wu a
the layering kafra pa ene maame
kofi
about time be any swadi mo.
That's Saturday because me took you.
Never be see no.
I was traveling. I was supposed to travel on Friday. I don't push it to Saturday. Till na me bri ho no mo. E ko hwe ade bi aso babagwa no ho around 2 o'clock. Kofi die wo. How? Okay, they were 3 in the car. But could they maintain in water and about query referral? Around 8 o'clock me do that. On the driver no. Echo Kufudia could be 3-4 days where 1 week.
What?
And our friend Puso review. He's okay. He was the only person. In just at 8 o'clock and be 2 years no. On my very form. The Kufinti well so much. Not to make much. Also, I dance and say, me, Uncle Fiamena. Oh, Koya Kufita form.
I was for. I said,
I'm not sure. Oh, didn't mean
I Becassa.
The boy there was when you cry at it,
I'm more the crab, Sam, I'm so my baby. You can be before this is
accident to war. You see, also a deep and one crowd. And just saw Yare
now what dream
you say, yeah, pray. If your child back on your better will be you know that kind of thing. Healthy person moving up and down. Healthy person is the constituency IT officer and to be on a crown of key in. So all the elections on that day, you know, he was involved.
When they meet me, I can't. Mampai intimate because
so they were for
because I never win. Sometimes it deflects you. Maybe you cry and
they miss it. No,
I miss it. It deflected the beer. The closest person to you, no, I then. The question is so pie, and they say, yes, in the city, made them pie a tawichi. We do bear me prayer topic.
It does.
Because I see so will be any Joe
for what? politics here policy if anything I have to stop doing politics, I'll go back to my business.
It's a business.
They're shaming crying into politics said kakrana me buy nyame afa me so aye no and na shaming crying said sebi ebia wa ma enka they wait me aye no ebi obi ntimi here
so be hospital bill.
What you say? Helping people to get their posting free of charge. Ebi be posting ko for beji ko for sika ne ade. No. Me ben ye bi da. Obiara e di no dance here. Everybody would say necessary bo mo post mo ne ade. Omo kwa no spread it ni won because you be Uber friend 100 times. He will be there to respond to you. Oh me pa chom. Oh me ye guso. Or no all your favor. No, he will be begging you. Oh, do you be saying was say maybe somebody else. It's easy so better. Will be to me take it. But for this person, it's not just me. It's not just me. Everybody. Nyame nani.
Ona bukosa. Na bushia fonse mo mokosa.
Kafra pa.
Mente yakura.
Na we dey abusafo ene yendi Ghana ho nkomo kakra. Enye sa ye betina reho no mu a. Nti ne e fa kwan we so ne de ama a driver for nyina yenya show me can tenteno me can tenteno mwa me can tenteno na pay me come was over speeding ade a ha dwen papa mo bi akwa num nsa mo akwa num no bone eno so ha dwene no so over speeding se bi no komo no so mo race wo so no nesi akwa san innocent person no nam ne baby na akwa fasa wo ye ne we say e de aba mo yenya hwe yi why
na nipa ko okosi ya necessity etimi ni di oye hwan sesi wadwane ko
o mo nim no overtaking to mo twam ho kakra and the counter many sabi nipa mi no wo mo manwuo no they saw exactly what happened the driver himself did not die
oye no wo hene
wo
he dealing with him.
I'm sure sabi enye bo apayo because omo say omo driver banyina no the way nipa no or you overtaking do maybe no slow down kakrams papa your kwan na papa ne pani kakra that's what they've been saying
na pani na
atidi abi
into the all you overtaking no I said so we man chom ho a nka there will be collision into omo chom ho mum no e no no be that so how omo de no e somersault 3 times
no momo you overtaking ni mum hwe anya
omo de no somersault 3 times and my boy was not in a seatbelt.
Oh,
you know.
That's
if you were there, me say I'm not a fan of seatbelt. But if you were
say dear.
So he was the only person who came out.
Start because maybe say my tracker and I'm something is missing. I can't move. No.
Movie.
I can't.
Me any na ni fear we film no so no ya de a e kire wo ade bi esese wo ye pa. To seatbelt there, me so me mfen dia go.
No tie
Oh. Ni mundi obi fira to sisia
because obi overtaking now was swerve the impact you can
and sometimes we so fit to quit me pe bonus so
yes. Oh we are say
yeah I can never forget this.
I know.
No, this is one person who does about 10 people's job. Now what you mean people only way I'm using about 4 or 5 people to do what he would have done.
Almost any mistakes account.
Oh honorable, you know, say you're so hurt. Nyame uncomfortable pana. Yeah, only anyway. But we shall for yes, I see with the means me quite as if you're honorable. Now, me shall say, dear free one now. Raw robber, and yes, smuggle and the call already no so copono. Yeah, the tabono out or so. Recently, the match channel was say, oh, the free Cote d'Ivoire and neighbor. But 2023 so. And as of 21st April 2023, and I could have one for so the tabono at all. So this year, April, near the tabono, so say it may add value. Now, industry, it mean if you do, especially companies near the say the Bayer, ye seek can also be to me, aka ahase so. It be no more faculty quite
so. No one and near came from Chiama, you are chef for now, and Chiamina member, comrade, and kwesi bibia very fine what I refuse the wo bit me afi nyankopon aba refuse aman ntino me I always console myself me hu bia dem console me hu say owo kutade a sometimes point ni nyankopon to kutade a we should also always understand say the nipa no free ha kokko baby e hoye enu ntine de bia no say ati ase e be make sure say e de ho be ma Yesu whatever religion you are in. I don't know about the others, but me I know about Jesus Christ, so that we free ha ubeko baby papa abena de ba kwa de bia me kan say we are say ohia anye permanent betimi ehia wonne echina na wosika sika anye permanent position anye permanent awompo enye assured betimi aware won wo betimi abawi ase won but adia eye assured obi abefa true no eyo but you don't know how I will become penyi beko akola beko oba beko abrewa beko akokora beko enti no mumie nyina ye was asisu ye hu no say a temporary place ayewo and there is a journey ahead of us today baby no we need to think about it, and it's one thing that a monkai because we betimi obi ade me wofa one na yire me wofa ne na eyare na yire na ehwe no na yire no wuja no nti owo de oba omonkaye kwasi yakọ nakopon hye wodin na ye do su bewura mpa ebomu na bibi sa na nye den ensi. It's very sad. Me omane no mu I mean I've seen it. Me omane 3 days before the next moment he was gone. So I say I'm not me sorry ni din o madwini musa. I was wondering what it was. Mentimi ankudi ade bakwaye me ya ne ana me kudi. Mentimi ankudi. I wish I had called him something, I don't know. Just to even pray with him. But his name kept coming. Mutala. Very close friend. Very, very close, not today. So it is not easy. And that was also an accident death. You know, and easy, but it is well. With time, no. Rubber, dear Nebeka. My buying person will protect a local industry. Na omo ye rubber, no say rubber the near my baby, omo ye rubber no. Omo timi aye den. Aye, I survived the rubber plantation association for no they been crying say omo near momo dua no intimi to ha but group no so exporters no so say ka say ya never about ya bo ha ne bo no was so omo fe omo say repressive prices inti no as say ye nyina ye hwe na smuggling de nya de a as say ye den encourage smuggling what. So we stress smuggling once that you smuggle products beer, it creates problem. But once Ministry of Trade and there are sanctions for smuggling, right? And whoever smuggles now buying sanctions where they become the whole BSSA, and we are also urging more various entry points, customs for so they should try as much as possible to confiscate and also prosecute some of these people are almost flouting MRA. So, say almost concern no say prices near there. I think say Ministry of Trade ni omo betina say na oma yede oma share Minister betina say no oma share how to deal with the situation. I think it's one of their key issues on the price and also availability, that if the farmers can produce enough for them to buy.
Okay.
So I believe say there should be some dialogue between the two. But it's a good thing see a person promote be an about mining. It's a good thing see a person promote na ye boama ye local industries na ye China near the almost sorry as giants in now. They breeding. Locally no. They promote what they have. Even their language you breeding. China will call hotel crampo na call Cambro for obesho when the president called China as a team and you call ya the hotel room na me say me pay skill. Omo bring me pin.
Also better.
Me pay skill.
I know about the
Pin. Into one class or na good you one
language barrier.
Language barrier or much than breeding. Yes.
Into what's a pan I said that.
No, but all my own shampoo. It's intentional. So
they are a world on their own.
Yes. Once you enter China, we will baby for cry.
It's the old kind of what's a pan.
Intention own share. So maybe they have one person be our tea. But a majority of them would have to speak their language. It's a big hotel, so Hilton near there. And so be we are home.
What made any deal?
So that's why we need almost kakasebia. You know, me I've been to China so many times, and it's still the same. They have always made sure say or more protected what they have. It is a world on its own, over 1 billion people. Their rules work, everything. If Ghana, this is what we want to do. Me, I don't. There's nothing wrong. We have to protect. Because all this, yes, we agree. Maybe me and you, say maybe why you need to. But
never be to say this.
Say you see a beer market, no, will be any be the engine to your protectionism. A honor ye free. What do I say?
The boy at the end
of your boy at the end of who buying. Yeah, minute as an eternal, ya pam ye dear, but a honey free. Maybe now I dear, maybe that chimby, but another ya pam ye. You know, we name say, ye dear mojan a way, me buy no can ye Cassani and found Cromedian, a problem, you know. Me buy a board as a penalty. You know, the point is that a good thing I hope percent could beat me a year at them. Say we beat spare parts, say who send baby. Then can bet me I swam magazine. A bam power warm, no more so to me a fabricate some of the spare parts. Now yet me a use. Ghana was so much opportunity, but this is a good step. Minister not taking bold steps to protect Ghanaian industries.
Okay. Vaya.
Stop Ramadasi. Mama Yako Bim. Mama Busia Fonso Yako. So why you're very observant that most of the time you discuss accident. I am Bisam who say I am a cow platform so. Say yeah can. Ubi tifi wo hwe wuti. The next time na akoto no ana akoto yimu ba kwa ete ha ye kasa no nti wunnim eda ebeba nti me ka se lumba wuye no na me hwe nkrofo obia e discuss accidents ya obia e ka ye share different places across the country ye ka no na nipa no wunnim se china ono so ebeto no nti we are all in this together and I am happy about the expressway now ebabe it take place now and me sra aban say on far rail enka ho the platform of railway from Accra to Kumasi ewo ho omo ni Africa kra a chen na yesi ye train the sleeper that could have reduced the accident level to a very large extent nti anka expressway ya ye na ye nso eda rail no so na ye because cars e kuni power ya man so do me the car me use to see a isaka credit to kwan a long journey e ho na me ho say da bi say man pe kwan bi so amfa ma obi am ma nya e bi a pick up e mood kakra enye the sometimes no cars na ye hu no say e light e ko speed no a yentu ye bo ase o kwan so nti so na mefa chair all the security agencies, especially the Ghana Police Service, from Bob No rank to the IGP. Ura from Ponketi, I'm chairman and Ura Tete Home. Now, rubber smuggling. Stop now. As an Nkroma, I am now, when you be say, I get that nostalgic feelings. Any Bakumbi I see, is it goose pimples or something? When I think of the fact is say Sebi Abajimi Brim in the 60s Kwame Nkrumah saw it to ensure say Ghana rubber yɛbɛhyɛ mu kena na nyɛ sɛ ɔbɛhyɛ mu kena kɛkɛ we see factory to absorb the produce na Ghana yankasa yɛ produce yɛ car tires tires ni mu bi no ne yɛ label no kerafi ebi kerafi na say wo house kasa na yɛ dindin or something strength to say the car tires say Goodyear Hankook so yɛ indigenize yɛ deɛ no nse car tire ɛhyɛ ɛyi ase a yɛatwerɛ ho dindin ebi kropa yɛ betumi de yɛasantoa ato so ɛnɛ yɛgya no nyinaa gu hɔ factory no aso hɔ but emu nneɛma no ayɛ obsolete nti sɛ na yɛka about the smuggling of rubber we should understand say we don't have the factories that would receive the rubber immediately to do what is right for this country. Now, so okay, back was a cars not you produce no. Cars are never for neighboring countries, Burkina, Mali, ne sa no man. Nkofo na ya employ mo mo ye adwuma ho no. Enye nkofo wa. Ene ni nyina atitia pansam. Now, reasons for the smuggling. It is alleged say price disparities. And now say it be a enforcement of the regulations a war because when you say I buy at the tabron for 10 years and a moratorium also say Emma ubia export your friend say rubber in its raw form. But what is that 10-year moratorium now to na ubisa who say about what's the factory beer because you see these days that is the mantra government has no business in doing business but it shouldn't be the case. Look at the unemployment situation in this country. So you employ massively the youth. It is the responsibility of government say the Kwame Nkrumah and will go back to it. State industries. Now those state industries, so we say aban adwuma ye be ne basa dia. Who aban as the largest spender of the taxpayers' money no. What do you be adwuma no? Now who be what a private management board I'm a more adwuma ne so. I'm managing ye. I'm money a certain percentage so aba because capitalism in its totality no musuo because omo is like one for each one for himself, right? And it is those who have that capital and betumi equity nyuma. How many of them? That be on a platform we should be say. How many Kwame Despites can we have? How many Oforisa Pons? How many Tobinkos and how many Cocoa Tens can we have in this country? How many Dufours? How many Ibrahim Mohammeds? Sanka yewo do pa dia. Let's say Sanka ebia you may want to rely on them. But unfortunately for us, we dey near politics. But the previous administration omo philosophy. They are capitalists too. Omo philosophy is to ensure that the conducive environment is created for the private sector to thrive. No, good private sector no. Apart from saying close to down, the taxes to me expand. Yet you were relying on them to expand the economy to create jobs. And for the rubber smuggling, until say ye beye bibia found say abine ebeka say. Yen share CNCC factory between absorb the by product and as a processing of the rubber no and ebeko so ISO sanka ye we tie no want to say we assume say we have an off taker into omunya grow omo harvest per not to say omunim baby a eko but say so wo western region no ho one o kwata kwa ne environment wo be say rubber ye adua na yantam e wo baby a. But the real benefit is not inuring to Ghana, rather no abundance so for export. No more quiet ties no so no. And yes, I crave bit me to a money view. Or more you swear now yes you are na yaba abetonwa. Into the regulations now the regulatory framework no I work on. Abanshe mukina na ye show its enforcement to the letter. Now, there's the need not only about education, but there's the need for us to let them know, say, idea na within a raw form econo and benefit with the farmer yourself. We will hear price, but in the long term, no, and benefit you. We must also admit, say and rubber no has more value in terms of quick money than cocoa. Meaning, nkrofo a omotwa omo cocoa, a omodua rubber, western region. In fact, if I am not going to exaggerate, the former MP for Ura Kwachiaka, he is one person who is so interested in the rubber plantation. And he knows the nuances of the plantation. And I say, what Ghana could have done. And we have a lot of people like that. But ABC will say, why are they exporting it? Why are some people cutting their cocoa down to plant rubber? And so we are not getting the benefit of SA. In no moment, yes, smuggle, are buying the minina. Now, abandon minina, what are we doing? Let us commend the enforcement, your friends say, police for, and I say, whoever, how they saw to the arrest of Nkrofo or smuggle. Now, friends, no, say, company, you turn rubber, and man or memohano. It is important, say, abandoning the veterans, and I can say, look, and now, say, a beer, you be a PPPB. Now, you see tie factory or her. Now, you added value to the rubber in a manner, a bit to me, abua, ye man. Now, Uncle Banny to say, there be a querino or ye we are, because of fee say, no warning your papa or Hannington, not all the common on it. I say, a band more than Dendia. I want to believe, say, going forward, a baby boy, a cacra. That's
okay, Miss So, Medas, honorable.
Rubber is higher ties. The rubber and other things even normal day. Almost the bar, the raw rubber. What do you use it for?
Company return on export.
The raw material.
There's a company that buys.
The accessible individuals momo edebe but the minister also was saying say see it me add value to it. No, I'm sure say there should be a company. I'm not too sure of say be a company be.
Company be or homoto. Omo harvest here. They sell it to a particular company. I just don't want to mention it.
The company
Tree Crop Development Authority. They put in place measures. Nanka.
As almost fast.
Yes, but your enforcement system no weak. These are the problems we face as a country. Almost every sector, enforcement of the bylaws, normal a regulatory system, and a weak into BIA say. Or the idea emphasis until we have to look at those enforcement now
Abraham does it Senya in your senator no kind Kabibi was accident in some no that very morning accident in Sieno na Abraham TB also very known NDC activities auto good also akotena moto so ama wahwiase ma moto nekunu and my boy was one of them discussing the issue. So from that panel till about 2 also the DSC. So we will be talking about it, not knowing what is ahead of us next time. When you mean kwani bedan. Robert Nsroma to say na ya e kai na pepepe no. A disconnect between policy and port activities. Because rubber smuggling no and to say gold and say cocoa bin na wo say with their faculty kwan what the befa port. And port is regulated by public officials. Tiyedena publicly no port officials it may allow the loading of rubber to outside Ghana export to abra. There's a policy say yabani the export of raw rubber and pain bebre no ya yetutu mika ehemra yen hwe kwan ya befa so a emra no ho beba mfa so ama ye ozomai because rubber ye wo farmers are omo die no
yeah
omo adwuma no it is ye ntimi anya hihye bi say ye ban raw export no ye betimi atowa ha eye eto a ebeboa farmer no na ye keep wa ha ye betimi dia ye de be ya e de na say de ya hye mra so ye ntimi eni so in fact we know it goes into the one of the topics ye rice no money they say it was a very conscious effort say you be industrializing it is the way forward you see
honorable what can I say na me bisa say oh my Ghana ye wo company a manufacture you know rubber now say yes Ghana has an active rubber manufacturing and processing industry. The sector primarily focuses on processing natural rubber for global export and producing consumer goods like sandals, rubber, sheets, and disposable plastics into a Ghana Rubber Estate Limited.
Grill.
Omo crown so no edua mo and na omo outgrowers bebre omo dua no moje. But you see again, and only you say omo process raw material, the only adding value to the raw material to export. Sebe baby I export to akwa omo de kwa ye condom omo de kwa ye mpaboa omo de kwa ye plastics ahodo omo de be breye no nye nipa na wo ho omo ye sade no iti adan na se tumi dua rubber wo ha ma na ye yi na se yetumi twa adan ye de komo obi na ye ntimi set up factories ni bi ewa ha na yenye ewa ha na yen use isi edu ba bi a ho wa hwe ha na unhunu se ye ko bankumo se ye ko di fo na se ya kokko asamba yi e na ba ye se instead say ye be export to all the cocoa beans no they bo no koso aba from no ye be tododo no wa ha de dia ma cocoa processing companies we have a few of them but omone cocoa board pre in the buying of the beans in one ya na ebo no hadwene but say yetimi nya more industries wa ha ebe to say ne asanita kai there's no way betimi aka say abayan kasa see factories no run we will go into those days na abayan kasa yes and no but a dear pa the sequence abayan say see factory ma identify some businessmen
Yes.
Mun konko run na mo ma me dividends bi
Set targets.
it is there a policy other countries are doing it and then China mun nyema nyina etu ate say e ko baby ya no enye kwawo government ewo incentives bi a wode ma wo mu a omo produce mo What say that here? What say that here? What say that here? And a cheaper. Not being young advert, but who share incentives of munya. Nobody produce one and no bar a cheaper than buying any other brands.
Minim how are you durable, but I mean I see it.
I mean, if you have good water,
and everybody is buying it.
That's it, because it gives you comfort. And you're looking for comfortability.
Very comfortable.
Maybe
so that's it.
Honorable go to be bamie.
Bompire mommy. So no campaign.
no so what
For some mommy, me a man to come, mommy I woke up by yourself.
And you see, it is not just about policies. Yenye conscious efforts. No dear, upo, you will give it to Nsroma. If you are, then you want to look at your 1D1F here the buy. You can't amount for Bekasa and Ekusi say, but that was an effort. It is a year then a year transfer yen twaso. ABI identify some of the companies that were doing well under that policy. Na yen kwaswan shop kena no mun komedim. I'm sure say here ye benya companies be best set up mo person boy rubber under that 1D1F policy. It we just did a conscious effort of industrialization. And yes sir, it sounds say yen crofo edofuo. It sounds say ye enkrofo Bodibekan agreement a food dono a dorsal baby abako be a do ya sans and yamidi a chay and yema ye produce no ye be produce in this raw form no ya export na ego sitia but se me no menya nkrofo bi omodofo na omodo rubber na omo edo as employment omo nya adwuma wom na omodo wie na material na ebenya no ye de ko factory bia abamu e bi ono so wie school ono so pa adwuma no ono so benya adwuma factory ho ye wie a enyema no se ye be export a ye be export yenya foreign currency ya export a de ki ye di sika be kokoto efi hodo ye nto because ya produce ha na ye use na ye save ye foreign currency Bank of Ghana ntam sika twitwiri die enfan show up ye forex no say no pesa forex digina ye export no ebe boaye until we get to a point where we move out of the periphery of politics and start looking at practical niema ye wo businessmen na etwem ye bobo mudinsi ya no mo de keke ka ye wo current business people who are doing well ye wo nkofo wo o manade no a wo nyansa wo nimdie wo sese ye obeya sebe onkosua wo school but wo senior top kotobetom wo senior obeya no a at least obenya kakra ho ebeboa nti answer na ebeya policies no ye hwe se ye wo ba bia ye betimi yafa emma policy no emma behyan ye so man nkofo endify because enwanwa se ade we ye export we ye ports omo export wa omo disguise no it's on record it means that the policy has failed say and the port authorities me makwan na ye export to dia it means that to the say ne aba ye discuss say ban so be yire no by we ni dia the next time no obehwe na rubber plantation for edam kwanso esikwanso ye demonstration because aban timi nto emmo sa price no mo export wa omo benya say be infa so nti na ye didwa it is a be encourage rubber plantation rubber ne dono ni benya more there then so many higher price let's find a way of paying them that same price if we want to retain them here but yet to maintain that price here because we may not be able to utilize that rubber no at the price now more export wa omo kokoton nti eje obehe na bia obi ko ejai rubber do because ehun sika no no it's not just about policy because 10 years there ebi wom what are we doing within the 10 years no ebema the absorption of the raw materials within aye in such a way say bit be the right price because can went na almost export minyin ni say broni bi aba wa ba be do rubber wa ha say your so no de obedo wa ha na wa export to their co the chrome ya yen crofo ya na so bi kwa na be ya yen hwe say obenya the worth of his investment na yetimi ajiro just na ye be policy as yentimi eni so
okay ye so na wochi etwebum ni fiada besi na wochi mu die nkomodi akoso wo mrahye bedwem nti na no fiada 29th busumi etwemu ye me na ye mrahye bedwem passe anti LGBTQ+ bill na we say ni nyen de kan ya passe pass administration in the 8th parliament no passe be unfortunately omampanyin timi amfa nsan hyase amana meyemra enam court ho se no ye nkomodie foforo na current one year passing that time na right honorable Aban Babin na nyona na etiejum na first deputy speaker na etiejum mo pass ye to so tie no say no mo pa say ban say because no say we mo consider tie no so ababe nkomodie now majority leader any speaker majority leader say speaker any to me so obeka say wo di o ma pass no o mo sign so mo kwahye o kwahye na so mo sign and reconsider ebiem so mo fa hyehyeye no so pepepe na speaker enso so aka say even though you on the presiding there now so eba no say order so a custodian of institutional integrity and procedural sanity any dignity parliament wonum tie bibia ni a woni panyin na oda no nti se nhwema pepepe ye ni die sebata eni ahuni die odi mutente mampa nti wono de oka net ye onobo mama yarga kase die si na na esi hwe ni hono mai bitimi aye e de afa ho ofayo mama insas anonobo insas
na ye parliament
mama na wo nti mama pa onobo we die LGBTQ so what say asem dey pass you but se me jo so dom kuma say enye de ka ye na ntina nke sese de wo mo che ye no ano ma bega sese mo sesam zo do mo yiyi etutum si na na mo de ho no na aba ndenka onobo
yeah abra ade ba for kra no a ye ba bedi hu komo binya mu kwan koye dwede bi wo Assemblies of God no mbisa me say timnahye bedwafo ade we abi ebe omo hye me na we na ye mra se bedwani ye ka se ba na mo so nyina me so na me ka se papa ma Christopher ne asofo ne nke be hia me ne se no mfa mani nto amayofo so e wo sa ade we ebe ya se mpaye eye adwuma mon kompaye mu mon yire mo mon paye se huhun bi na tai sa ade na chia empaye esin bibia in fact it was on video I'm say ba bara no manfu twama no kama se be se kro no wo ho ye bom paye se mo bi wi ade nanso ya ye mra because me hu de se baby ade ni fiba ene se na etie no what share hu abna ebe ye wo den se ye benya emra no senya ye hwehwe no se ye benya no okay first one we buy no on say sabe wo hwe numbers of parliament no na ebwebra ya pepepe inti se udi nkomo na eyo se emra no se ne ye kono no enka ye nye bibi kakra ho azei wo umpemra no iti obi adwane fi mra no
ya stigmatize or negative
me kai bra ye pass mra no Speaker of Parliament e ka se MP bi wa ha na won pe emra ya ye pass ya won so dinja me so akunim sei
na we chat
me so mu sei na me yes me try attention ba me so no ne nja de ketwa
ona person what na yie mpo no
person say sorry the question dey me wa ku na ba sorry it try na me say ye attention about so if you ho dwe boko and ye dey passing mra no ye passing mra ni wie ye no na ye mesa no ni ade na obi dey call court ni po dey call court no court mu aye ne say enyam be ye mra afi na president be say tupa ma president ni say answer issues na we raise no ya hwe and this ana ebetwe mu enen krofo bisa say saa nyema na ewo mu ana MPP hunu say enye mra papa na ye bese besa no adenti ana yanka sansem no ye di saade no ho nkomo ewo mra se bedwam emma se na make stigmatization ninti no o voice kura no MP but abnade ba kwam ne hwe ne se ye wo mra emma kwan ma bema enware bema ye wo mra wo koma
the base constitution kwa
that's it
the base law
that's it se bema enware bema oba enware ba ne de keke kam ewo hodada but sa family value laws ya ye passy eba ye because ye do pempen so bia enkrofo bi person mu yi omani mu kase say na ye de ye pese ye boye bra and na say so na ye pese enkrofo bi so ebo mo bra so that's it iti enye se nipa no obi yi lenim no kase cho se ne kukum keke nemo opefa hudie bi opekwan bi akase me enti se emra no a esi kwan se bema enwade bema oba nwade ba no e wo hodie but me die me ba na mapekwan bi so na maye ne be se bupomu nyintum se oman ani ehu se enya de ebeboa private members bill e ba ye ye bremu ye wura ntimfo jo no ka ho bi but ohwe be bi asem ni fi ba no a o kire mu a na hu ya na ye de ahyew se o ti wei ompene so iti wo kasa wo be kasa okukwem untimi mfa mpia bonten ena di kogu ya ye san bae aban yi bae ehu asema sorry bishops call president ho president nsema oka ye eni de call ye bae no mani adi nyina eni se ni o share bosse government tankasa ebetu sa emre hu anamon as a government bill or the paper ebi eche na eno so etwentwen na ase ena ye wantin for do mani ade eboom ho ano question back ho no say ye Sam Georgia na aban baako no ojire ne ho yi nanim no ada na we no wan yere ne ho enyi nanim amfe ni kai na mum team for okogina chese team bude koye na meta wachi e die body na na wo ho a enne no wanyi nanim so do na obedi anim na mum ma in team ebedi anim na omu na akota
no ba me kai say me ne eye honorable team for jo edi nkomo o kan say so ka say honorable Sam George asesa na adwene a no obo akoteto ba as to say now no be onye too vocal said the last administration what and they own to me
but no akase say ye ba mu and this for ba mu na say mampani antwra obe man ho obe tete no pa intino na yensa ye no a 130 ni biom no ana wa ye din ya on sa advocacy be ka ba be advocacy ni e ka ho asem the word advocacy ewo secrecy. He was everywhere for the last 5 years. Obrabo LGBTQ Sam George. I just say, ye fear no so ye fear no slago no so say ya me en shade den no nko tokwa e was adie ho. It you know was a politics no as a bibia because I know about mu na ban na wo ho. Ontimi yin nanim yere ho even though shebo e na wakota echi na ye wanti for jo ashase. Wo shase no kwan bi so na ye pese ka be on she. Ya kire mu ha emiri pii kwan fa so a bill ni be pii your other paper so na edu ba bi esa yira ye ya nti ase e na nam so a na president ko ka say enye ni priority na sa ka ja biom abra the man president ko ka say enye ni priority no kai bre a wo ka sa asem no president ka sa bre no bra na o kwa kwaje award bi na ya reject ya manage award no say asa ni gina bia no. It is not well known in
and when you to be person how they
specifically say
yeah buy kurampo ansa na okasa
but o ma farmer
no enye within that period say bia as at the time or buy ansa na make
say enye priority oh they do me check the president men kase ho no we check the president you know say no see here no kai hu no say sabre no so no o mind Ghana die ni mu say ya reparation adamotuo no Ghana idikan me maka wa ha say any krata so but me one of the conditions that most countries edi echire e ka so mbe support ye inside we one say with foreign policy you do a lot of lobbying Odin Kofu Bedin Komo Ewo Kokwem, my be that as my position as Deputy Minister for Health, that ye kwa kotu abama WHO African chapter ubi quite fast so lobby ye ma Tanzania ni bi wini ye no yenim enye krata so but that is it we say ya so be say ama mo de keka most countries agreed might be the echi say reparation dey be the echi nemo sa de we ya ye twiwa ba ya mamu de ye hwe ne ye
that
is it because most of these countries you know almost for say a major anti-human rights animal too.
But you shift from other perspectives. So say a ban economic challenger and also another factor.
It is
because most my breast no that time finance ministry so they
open
5 years you'll be losing every year be at 3.8 billion
from
World Bank funding.
Yan fan say sabre ne yawa ho kirem enti na yam hyehye ho and na yam man si ayi ja ho kire be na nka ho
but still our manage here
okay enti fado to nchai enti wo president and what you na president ba press conference obeka say it's not my priority sa the minority in achi sabre a wo ka say enye ne priority no president o kasa no wa enye of the calf kasa already here can play back the tape already here it means that he knew that question was coming and I prepare an answer because one kasa off the head now you can check
me kai so no jina podium
it you know ochiremu okinkai so it is another question no amount for them questions about that and or answer ye prepare answer man one meaning but he read it what it means is that na onim says that question no ebeba and no na chi no and the ma in Kenya san ba bi say no priority say adiam dia campaign mo de keke ka ho and
now about parliament
parliament they go through procedure say emrada da no enna yesi ye ba ebesan ya de na hia nyina se o se sesa title no cause back on 2023 or 2024 it we no yenye no 2025 and no obi sesa obi any problem because a new bill I represented but content ne de nanka was no and you go through.
But say with the same content and also some of your members also were not in support of certain sections normally are there say such like yebi because I'm sure here e be we chain na say be ekokopie mu obi e de quarter there's a possibility say aban be lucy into hono no such like
members bensa
what's the members bensa
because in debate
honorable that time is that Blekuma essential honorable Oslo Wusu
yes
e can say heterosexual who are attracted to opposite sex but sa dildos normally are there no dey be complement no eno no ye say etia emra it sa de ni nyina so ya de a entime emwa say ubefa legal person ama se bi obetu charge wa na se bi a doctor who ye doctor na obi ba esese wo hwe no a eno no so no ensese ese otimi kokko report say nipa no almost the spread of HIV AIDS and so ebetimi akosopa wo ye fiewura na ususu say obi eti wo fie na oye se bitumutumu a ese otimi report enya sa wono so no ye beba beche
empani say we of war nsa no wa hwe won sa sabe no asansa mi nyina no ko in parliamentary debates yeah adopt a particular bill yes money ade no a parliament it will only be in the hands of the final one no and you can answer the finally no was a bit sabe no kra no
the some of so man place at the end of the day
e be pass it in kade ya pass ya parliament gitum say we de e mrakro gien no de be kai be sesa ne say e be be the ba ye law ben de be man different any date na that's one e di ne kra answer but we ba ye nua no ma sabre no wo bodi akire no mo mayen kasa kura no ne ade no mo na baba ba mu se yedi man ye ya munye afei ya during deliberations no ye bie fe mo no de keke ka ho na wo hwe consideration stage no a wo mo ye debate the real issue say ye we film ye fa we nku ne ade no a aside numbers na NDC won't you? The Obekebiano, your bedroom come off so.
Sir, it's even within, not even the house now. There was a committee and not a revenue team for Juno needs to be within that committee. You know,
I yeah, one on one.
No,
someone I'll cast
within because now minority within that committee, the Senate more rep ewo then a rep on almost Etsy and I feel about outer.
Okay, this is how the committee works. And then committee be our parliament be no minority. Ya those why be 5-6.
Dodo na majority.
Majority. It's a numbers because the numbers no and they call. Sabre no.
That one could have even come out before and sana e say.
Sabre no na a year. Say 18 na 18 99 because numbers no even equal. It's we no committee no. Whatever will be agreed on the committee level no. Say yes here beto aba normally committee boy ayen to aba we no ebia by consensus na omagiato but if you oba neba plenary and obia timika bi nti no senya mo no mukodi hu komo committee me nka se kokwem but at the committee room no mo de ba ye kinkan bia so da bia we de nka mo de say ha but we nti ya na ya say insert delete and that is the process.
They take it back. No,
they take it back.
Make it corrections.
Okay. It's way no a bedroom pen so be has any near Becca Biano Monty because that I wasn't in parliament. But we share area in Team Fodro as a for J any members are no more case with money and yadia was a G2 money and on near the numbers. About because the numbers here at that level, the numbers here.
Okay.
So and I yaba. Ababejatum. Ye say me and me must be journey and then must be journal. You might be on more. I think yes, because you may be on my AC that. Say, President, Parliament passing law. Na ako na president and sign na another parliament aba na yesi yenye foforo no the first time e bi esi nie we just standing on this movie bia unhu ba bia first time it no so no e bia novelty we ka so okay and then now it dies with the old parliament foforo we mra say we so aba ye dey for say aye dey o say co president ho that president if you who say ade we be bedui me san yenye enti ensan come back to parliament but speaker of parliament say empanisia na yenhwe na yenye ho adwuma kwa ansa akọ ne ma ji speaker kakra we be gidi kakra o we hu no say speaker ayo obi a sa lawyer opese ye pass e woni di mu enti da ye pass a no ntia akonwa mu no nyame ni me na me nwanwa say na papa ye wo he na ye pass sa lawyer because he opese e ne legacy be kai friend say affirmative action. He was so proud to say the pencil and the passing. There are few laws or person or the kind of legacy. It's the way ya to some near passing. I was like, either said Bibi will make more papa ninja home into a chain. But then I hear who you and all Baba Casse. I deal with you, send your more passing. Suppose you are an idea, and yet it might be parliament and opa. By you many are passing. Yet we go through all the processes in a day. What does it? Sabre no president can say your priority. No speaker muka so a buy a best sign, ye be a huge man money, ye try buy a big can say a bit near your huge man within a day. It adding was say a jibri bibri.
Speaker near no one passing a change Bibiana because
I change Bibia, but maybe patch that say or no so don't if you are saying sir. It's no no better na could more or say ye human do say. It is a say no or no castle or castle munyendu consideration stage.
There's a first deputy no as in say no qualified to say ebe pass.
Ade bi e koswa munye efi nei. Ekopum be ye fiada. Conference kese bi koswa Ghana parliament.
Saturday the
be na na ese interparliamentary conference on values and family
values
a basadi we mu African parliamentarians and Asia about 20 countries aba nti fin there a copy fiada parliament and because some your conference plenary parliament inside could it be say esan say ye passes our lawyer na yaji sadi we because speaker at the pride say we host to sa conference we need to know ye hwa na ye pass ansa na what you be meeting you know abem but omo bado dudu na manso no eto de bia there are some countries I stand to be corrected homosexuality ne sa lesbianism ne ade no eye oto sam na betime kun otiase harsher punishments and that countries na ebani bi no aye enti ora sheye say obeyi sanya na film na present bibi because all will stick say be opese o polish you don't want to offend you don't want to offend certain people it unya ya ubeyi ne me bi afimu na aye say o ya pass kwasi so no ja kwatia ya nyintum say ye won krofo mo push no sa law we no it's supposed to be for omo promote omo push omo actually omo dem sika ema ade ne yakono no omo de o say de no some any omo act omo get involved in it
okay
it is only sa go na afimu a ade e fa no why
enti for mo side mo ne say abro bi in a way na this government person because inputi that harsh punishment said at the end of the day the support of being free donors and one man as a funding they will still receive ana
obeying repercussions of this law as a minor obekase my values are more important than the support be amenya ti me ye sai bi na don say yenye no ti say na mabade a onwene ene be bi hu na go hide no wa pass
na dey ti say mo nim say repercussions of it and you say woman here for me then we should be
repercussions but we make repercussions be
we all know because there are certain funding remember our example my breast of my even 5 years near the end because of that how on that funding near the emma
but what see yen no
you matena
I don't know na nya one no
but yes
Obotia was here. Obotia was here.
We can only speak when old law ne da ho and the omo de call ye ne da ho no line by line ya hwe which has been removed. You see, ebi o crampa you paraphrase for the face of it to look good, but we should beyond that the meaning is almost the same. What am I saying? Nipa na mo say yesuro se wo mo be deny resources no kese pa wo mu no kura ni kuro mo twam Trump
what no dey say nsa so na chi dware o
asema pese che kese pa wo mu no wo twam
na mo say kese pa no nsa so na chi
but onu na control world bank ni IMF ho ni kuro mu nisi ye kan IMF World Bank then Americans are it is all passes our law where I'm sure say and on crime say be any de say e kuro bi enya boldness to pass the law.
But you so they say Uganda for a pass e almost supporter
that time near Biden and
omunya no
there be say a Democrats and a Republicans so kwa America sane ma no munye ni nipa mu
USA say you know enko bi
there be say USA dey emfa ayi ho USA dey twamu globally say omu nso ni mfa so omu to omu sikaru. It wasn't linked to LGBT. But you see, ewiase onyankopon oba ne bema. Nintie carefully was see this one. Who bema so gina ho no. Was see this one cannot be alone. Owie ye no kobo nipa kan ho no bo bema.
Dey go ba.
Aponchi bi enu na ho ye de. One ponchi mienu omo na mo ye mema nkrama mienu omo ye mema so what is it one pon nim say ade ne nye edi be nti na esese ye nipa ye so obi ye no wo ne dem but you see we don't even have to enter because only HIV ya edi yare bebre Ultima society na ekoso edi yare bebre eba
me try no when you say HIV one of the considerations for committee meeting you know Samjot had to blast HIV for Ghana AIDS control program because almost ye nema a facilitate almost the end say almost the almost ye ma na bom ho ban because sabi oh yeah it be promote AIDS into ade ba ko abetimi anopa TV ba o say me kan we use lubricant e beti risk no so to crass and yamano at the amamanaye. Some judge had a beef with them. So that's it. It's not to say okay, HIV near the TB, but that is a government institution. In court, promoting it.
But the point is that you want to promote maybe funding and then I mean they be a see a fan who they near money CP.
Nana you lubricants and say money easy.
That won't say a fund be or the amount. National AIDS control program maybe secure the amount ya chiro say because ye can be about stigma ye can be about some help woman. Do you get it? But I am saying that fundamentally that practice whether we like it or not yen pese e beka enye so wo kwa wo gitum a wo de no me aba okuro so if you say nyankopon obi akai de si so do mangomura what is the nature what the no me and eba ho so yes the issue of human rights and also MPP time ye pass here de no the stakeholder consultation mo de mo reject ye kra mo se mo sign. It is if you had an issue with it, why do you say
the uncle drew on penny tables?
Well, the uncle do the tables.
President Mahama.
Uncle do one.
Was the table of former President Ekufuado.
Many
but on Waka. I want to say
but I'm
saying table.
Oka said it never got to him. It doesn't mean he is defending Nana Akufo-Addo.
Yes, it never got to him.
Nana Akufo-Addo did not allow it to get to him.
Get to him.
That's
a different matter.
Senegal President Becca.
No, but if you didn't get to it, do the secretary
because of legal issues concerning with
I am saying
got to. That was
what I am trying to say is but I'm trying to say is maybe a do the secretary or some family and also you never got to. Was it didn't get to the table and because it didn't get to the office. They are two different things.
Hey.
The table
they say it's in a name.
It's
the president in the table. Okay. Yeah, the letter called the number but they do
not. The president that you could be what he meant by that.
With the women PR. The friend is saying the point is that it didn't get to the table, different from it didn't get to the office.
Okay.
Ultimately, so if you go to the
you're brutal.
If you go to the
honorable Miss Ona of Fire, we are
table office. You still didn't get to the table. Different from the office. Ultimately, officer by it's legal person. It's your friend is saying secretary to the president to I'm at the table. If you do secretary to the president, and make sure so catch them and say, "Fam, mammy them." Or won't to the same office. Ultimately, not teacher, but I am saying, say, if there are changes, what changes? Won't mean can be seen. Woman has been watered down. What has watered down?
But I now appreciate to say some portion of has been amended.
I am saying,
to report about
my dear,
no, maybe they mean yes, I will, but I won't say. Amended version.
But I say, move your marking hoba. I say, move your no for your mark on our book. No,
but honorable some George Compo, a Kamikai say,
what kind
of something laddie and then a Cassandra.
Also, been watered down.
Not watered down. Was me, I'm talking about amendments.
Amendments are watered down.
Amendment, person may use more
but amendment they buy actually. Almost the core. Almost the core first reading, first consideration, and almost the amended. It is all can say at the offense a dildos at the end, and I friends say dildo. Where the moon, baby, medium we a big wow you because I don't know.
Women.
That be way there. The mutual media and then sustaining crop our my internet.
To be honest with you, meaning
to be
honest with
to
be honest with you. With emphasis on the honesty.
Who be them who TV so into flower and support.
Then I didn't TV so then
about it. Is it sustainable?
No, me say.
Why would say complimentary?
Me say.
Well, your friend
complimentary there no say no sustaining our.
Your friend complimentary gadget.
O say adia winning we dey
say. Let me maka ho wa me
compliment. No na me so.
Your friend complimentary gadget. What's my headline? Friend complimentary and sustaining our me ka kire me. Nti anu de so ka say no ye yi dia kwa man for our dey begu. As abba be set you.
It's headline those who collapse marriages. And I had that.
On the lighter side, no, the hula baloo about the passage of the bill. Ghana. I'm ready to pass all right. Its enforcement is another thing. It is said you should say a passing crime.
Let me want this. We are there to pass it.
Everyone,
but also for the ingredients in it.
Let me stakeholder consultation. I'm stakeholder consultation. Yes, you know, baby.
But I just saw them knock out. I don't pum. December. Police force a bet chimungina, no money now. Omoya 1, 2.
Police station, Chikwana near.
And here I'm running over blue now, young enforcer.
This is them.
And you see, my man can say, baby, I do not blame MPP. The bill that was passed, the president at the time, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, came to tell us, say somebody was taking it to court, and even before that, near Yantiye from the secretary, Owura Asante Bediatu, say Emma Omon transmitted kurepo say Omo de back.
That is the point. Office
and the content of the letter and the wording was something that I said, yeah, plan say I deal with your money in see her.
Okay.
Right. Why? For fear of the fact to say you may lose some just as you mentioned. Say Yansan Suye Chigari. Yansana Eba Suye Chigari, and only the beginning of getting our minds back. You understand?
Yeah.
But what the issue of LGBTQI, when it was brought before Owura Tamils, the late, may his soul rest in peace. I don't know why. Was it when I want to be 10 times from Fanfanya, Monfam 8.
That's all.
Right? Or my penko for can the same thing. I would say so, my penny Mahama, so I can the same thing. But I must also admit,
I'm not dependent on
I must also admit, so I wasn't happy about the Chatham House interview. Our Mampenny. Or Mampenny during his campaign, I will not mince words.
I was
the way Okasa Yefa LGBTQ or I show various religious institutions. Now, Chatham House interview, I was afraid as I watched him. I said, no, this is not my president speaking. The on the question was too much. And to top it up, for the speaker to come out the way he has come, it baffles me. Now the banter is between speaker and majority leader. You gave I didn't know deputy with the Reformation from Mbonichane Ebusiafo. So you appointed substantive minister for defense. Your deputy no yet. Every sector no for certain reason you appointed deputy. We know what the obey no you take responsibility. And you cannot. This is something that speculation, like Honorable mentioned, said. If be not office say this thing must be passed by me. In my opinion, it doesn't work that way.
Okay.
You cannot have your way because Parliament does not belong to you as an individual. It's an institution where you are the head. You give instruction. They say, "Bibi ako kampa papa and you." The entire we say Bunketia. That's the front line of Parliament. NDC mono. He had his reasons, and we actually never want.
Yeah.
Could it be say the passage? Our passage, no more TBB. Or more BB koso wokukwam. I'm feel say idea between delay.
Okay.
Until you how even though I'm instruction, you better pass it. Could it be say no feel say person makumya be yabem? I say blaster for bobo. The entire job up to date, person measure Ghana blaster more bomb, met me baby. Any 20 year boy and never the pele. The only display was in the garden too. When you are born, first of all, pass your mother, your man,
selfishness.
Person Mancunia, right? Into this one is speculation. So we are not saying that is a smile. But a company says a son ordering, it is wrong. Into goodbye, you are personal. Accept responsibility as the one, because in history, in the next 2,000 years, Rebecca, who was the Speaker of Parliament at the time the bill was passed, which is Agbambado, right, Honorable. Until I don't want to believe, say, the mind, no, but it could have been better if he didn't come out to say what he said. And Kakukwom, they could meet at their own meetings, no more. Now, or more they addresses our issue. But once I have passed the bill, it has been passed. Majority leader is saying that we form the quorum. In fact, some more for me quorum, and that will be the basis of the bill being becoming a law.
Quorum in 70 years. Right.
Okay. Into your
technical.
I'm paying so compo admitted.
President, I don't know. Can say I'm for quorum.
Say because
say on the floor of Parliament, you should have also raised that issue of quorum. But once I'm raising it,
yes,
and
that is also
fact. Majority so can say. Majority leader can say. Yeah, pass me beer in Roma and a pepper so but Esther, I'm not sure, sir. Sir, Bill,
you are not in a time.
Say, I to do on my penny. So, my penny, and yes, or Mamma Lodina, where they said, Martin Canada,
legal counsel.
Yes,
General.
A big couple of Mampany, who already 2 lines in no legal form, one back in Canada, you know what their question said. This close. You feel say any say baby. San can another man who come here the buyer. And can be this amendment of clause 9 about 31 no matter. If you go uncle here. I can say my firm council of state. No more so near the yes because we wait Mrs. Mason. But what man do okra. Into almost fair no here no. Omo man could do president because he has 7 days to assent to it after Nsabeka. 7 days no won't be beer. And Obeka said, "My refer to Council of Elder." Inti anka, omapen na na do man who kwa mani bedru yanke bi ohun sa no man say we touch ma. Inti what I am again surprised is the fact say omapen current. Now or can say enye the priority and no couple but still no it's a problem. Coupled with the answers to the question of from Chatham interview no. Inti sadie ne bedru no ho a yembisi e ho say anye bia obeye no ho ahwe mo yie no aka say omo bebe delay tactics bia enchire you because we are serious about this bill to be sure that it will be passed into law. Into yes all shame na normal emphata wo no but in conclusion no Mr. Abna omo argue about the amendment no. Most of them are lawyers so na say e wo mre mo say so beto say me gay partner wo ho na ye bibi number che yen na se moto hye so eboyen a crime bill no ekutia enti se what be ya me saa so it is my right to pick a lawyer na se mko fa lawyer na se lawyer be di me masama ma wo se wo promote no can say no enti those people who have been exempted no yan can say lawyer no we LGBT ni bia yan na yan chinu but they say bia obi wan ka dwam ya lenchi obi or something na what the lawyer na lawyer could do na sema. You don't say the lawyer is promoting it. These are some of the things we are talking about.
Well, and so very soon, as a testimony, stand here, all of us have international exposure. And you be association of lawyers. Our brandium who say, that's it.
To fight for
you be association of medical people on the brandium who say in here.
Okay.
And there's money, there's power. They have power to do all that.
Now the law is going to prohibit that.
And also
so you cannot brand yourself.
Another discussion.
No, that is what the law has allowed it.
No, it is when you are providing services. Say, lawyer provided services for Obi, I mean, first or you're gay and a lesbian, Obi Akobonu.
Now, when you say, also will be to say the honorable also be in the name of providing
services. And lawyer be provide service. Lawyer be provide service. I'm a comfort. Where are comfort?
And Obi provide service.
So it's normal. Your services will be there. Your services will be there, but the extent to which we will not have recognized vigilance.
Say mo say ade na water ne down.
So onu there with him for with is
amendment version water down.
Then they be vigilance. And this is scam no na me person be
scam
what can I say? You know, I mean, it's a bit technical. When it comes to legal,
if I say you are lynching gay for be no command and lesbian for be a common. Now you are better her. Media house or report to say they report accident. So what report here? And I say Obi I do school bimo. na ya chi wo and as authority na ya dia come appropriate quarters na na say teacher two of say have you seen the consequences of being engaging in gay or lesbian the person is not promoting it
now
so
students that be make us be obi ho no ma we so naive neutral say what is gay. What is gay?
You say that it is prohibited to even talk about
how to couch the words. But you don't exempt them. You don't take them off.
The person in Busa asem I discussing.
Yes, all those people have exempted. Yes.
They've been exempted. Say be a to say the work and say be a teacher and say be a say media house here discussing ni say
we
are exempted, we can talk about it but not to promote it.
So
promote education, inform the chief you can say all this is what we do.
To say the fire air can say for instance if be a lynch will be near better bibi e wo mu say etia mra say yenye bibi say e wo ha say de but that notwithstanding no ense say won so de mra hye won nsem ka say de
abra so akwa to botobo say paper na e da onu wa no honorable ka kire we ni e wo ma na say enim
exemptions exemptions no
but so the exemptions you see the exemptions
from what
from senka. The first
so a lawyer can defend a gay person now.
Yes.
A media person can discuss the matter but not to promote it, or not to market it.
Yes.
So why are they saying say
the first one no
blanket so can boss wo studio ko pe
time at the end ban na do anim no. He did not even look at it to see some of the and then I can
so eventually na Andrew
the person say a ban secretary and whoever it is
and then the secretary never
just how pass say you know Supreme Court.
I am saying set anka auto na muase e ma no tna ase e na ohwehwe I say am okay
was so could do na do animal so what do you
lawyers
I been following it
far from becoming a law it won't say so man panyin ma ne ba no so the legal thing any
those comments are unnecessary on the side of the president. They were just not it's a knock Madene metu wonim Nanado is alleged to be an astute lawyer into sanke beto anymore. Definitely I would have seen the loopholes. Yes. And Kebia by this time, if they will do anything at all, we are adding on.
And now president so kase emedu na emu mpo de watete no quorum anformo ebakwa no a ye behwe mu ansa ebekọ council of state to say all of us are frowned up. Yes, so everyone ties in with a priority.
Yeah, but I'm saying sir, His Excellency John Mohammed's response to the questions, I didn't like it. That is not how he speaks. Then the issue of not my priority, I got Tremcono. Any speakers were becano. My a bit confused about.
Speaker, I can tell you, sir, because we have the legacy, but to be a legacy, a very good legacy. Only a legacy a year at the canto as it is now.
Oh, Speaker has done so much that we know he has spearheaded this bill to a point that the whole world knows that he is an ardent friend saying
but speaker and so say because from where he's sitting he's also seen a lot of loopholes so who say it wasn't mature for them to pass.
For me position I can't position the same properly.
You can position
what are we talking about? Politics in what are we talking about?
Majority leaders say woman passing bill no speaker any to me be as obeka say woman sign and reconsider.
A dear Ben speaker reason until so more reconsider and any day.
And what say procedural issues.
So what are the procedural issues a broad?
And tin one leaders and
That is the point. That is the point. If they are
procedure by his instruction or some fancy constituency stage.
Procedure
that is his house.
That is the speaker's house.
Consideration.
That is his house. That is his house. Did you say?
The speaker is in command.
Yes. Also, move constituency stage. There's a reason he guides the house.
Agitation
the argument on the table. What is the argument on the table?
Various people would have different arguments.
Is saying that major the tosra from Afenyo Markins point, honorable Afenyo Markins point of view, the big or still law no ya den ya memwa ye mre. That is what I know. What I say, ya memwa ye mre, die be ntini ya memwa ye mre. And I maybe say issue concerning say we lawyer ni exemptions no. Me for me say exemptions na into a person ki eja ne sa. Because adie no the omo ye enya ade the base law of the constitution ni bra. There's another law which sa bra. Any di we ba be kan. But as honorable said, so obi arm robber. Obi go defend the Pakron so arm robber. My papa he was a criminal lawyer. As an anonym no, or senior comrade. He was a criminal lawyer. My father took most thieves out of jail.
Come on, you're a junior comrade crowd.
Oh, a junior comrade. What do I say? I was a criminal lawyer. I mean, just a criminal. Yes. If there are exemptions in there, and only be a young no matter what it is, oba, meba, honorable ba, ultimately, a comrade ba can go into that thing.
Yes.
So if they are being protected, so obi yes, I don't know to share it so bona. It's wrong. It doesn't matter who put it in there. Oh, bonus say no.
Now, come rather than also say any Pamukunya, someone to your lawyer.
Lawyer, my name defending. So that is the reason why
I almost want to say maybe in a way, no, that would detain a bit stricter.
There be the person doing the person doing it is still a human being. They said they are cast obi a
na say na na abewie he you
because abewie since mimi obi a ne maami ohwe ne so na introduce no otemase mimi obi a papa ne papa gya ne ho meme yara nkasa obi ofa na as a father figure na introduce no mimi obi a wonya broken heart we decide this one fa be bio. They exist amongst us. Even though adie nenye, but they exist amongst. They say
no. So can
it's a criminal.
No concrete reason to.
I am telling you, sir, obey a criminal like no go prison confusion. Maybe so. What bro o so no start say wo yi kwa mu na.
Yeah. Make I said 2024 no.
I'm saying obi buy a criminal. Intimate no go prison confusion.
And obi defending murderer doesn't mean the person
is a murderer. And if that is an exemption there, but I don't see anything wrong with it because the people who are doing it are also Ghanaians. Make say rehabilitation and come.
Oh, Tisabreno, you knew the content of the law.
I didn't know the I didn't know.
But you can't say another don't sign it.
What's all your day?
Who can say another don't sign it?
I know sign it.
Now we know the content of the law. Who's going to sign it? So you could have brought these things up.
Listen to me. I did back one and say, Bibi to say rehabilitation. You see, it may come. Me, my thoughts has always rehabilitation. You see, it may come.
You want to say they can be changed?
I don't mean make us say make away. These circumstances lead to some of the things I want more. But to be back to action into woman and I don't know and come out legal counsel. Chips and legal counsel. That time there would never be a legal counsel. Into the man work as a master stream, a dear ben a border on human rights, a dear ben a border on winning and shene. Number fair parliamentary leadership, nians nothing and discussing. You rejected it wholly.
Well,
because he was monitoring what was going on. As the
because you see, Parliament.
When they say maybe another didn't come out to communicate, but now President Amanaye, you know, obvious say.
Say they
said.
I am saying you say I am.
I mean,
I make a son show fire.
Say a caution. Said
I don't have a
caution, but I say a caution, but I say one meter.
I say I make a new agenda setter.
Oh, how?
It
has nothing to do with that. No, something that okay.
I guess I'm not make a son where you come with because that's what I make a new. I mean, you are intending to make a son the point is that women in the yard exemption back. Listen, another one shall be. What you say? Who show more? Kabe say, oh, me and can wait and come with free man, Kebabua. Wait and can say, you say, and the president Mahama is saying. But there's something called stakeholder consultation. When
yes, sir.
Yes.
No, so the president, but
so there's something called stakeholder consultations. In Crawford, Crampo maybe Okasa actually. Now we young corner say, now do you so they call court? Yes, I think I buy no cake.
What's another so what they call?
I don't know for the court.
Let's say
my information. So
that's our president. He's in charge of intelligence.
But names or bachelor law, no lawyer, no quite the Yamiadum or lawyer to a short catching.
A lawyer, no lawyer, you know,
I saw Castle, you know, into a legal counsel.
Yes, so go like that.
And then the legal counsel, Pachobra. You're the Mrawi Abetumeni, Pachushim, a border on human beings. Send me Tibia and Nipa involved, no me Nipa. Intin Patroshe, young connoissance. More advice. Uti committee because not catch parliament and moon hold you on. A private members bill, but moon hold you on, yen shame. Now, now the society by Mobi can know. I fancy be a ma.
Okay.
Ultimately, one for MPP, I fancy be a ma. They just said, oh, we have found the words were young for my man or cry. Person can't now to a more Ghana form because Ghana is segmented. There were different kinds of people. To Junior woman was okay. When one way in me and one way a ma, we let me fall into it, into Emrano, a dear neck. This is the Emrano back canoe. Now, we just obey me, I be one. Now they are boa because me water down. When you know say water down. If you blue ye gay, that's a man casa crown. At the end of the day, Muslim against it. So what I say, the president Muhammad was okay. Woman mean shame. Me drink Ghana for woman mean shame. I mean shame deal. And no just one sign. Me one party. I said it. Says it will be a year down watching Nana. Watching one of them and I say,
Mama say woman mean shame.
There is something or see a legal counsel will be a bishop mono. What's my say? Maybe be a woman be a behavior and no crowd the exemption say, okay, we gay. What part of flat alone? Now we are lawyer and defender. I mean, how?
I find your cancer as them.
Me I dey back one ha me say me kai dey bia me me pastor na edis ankomo say obi awakoche ne say wa ye gaze no ye bro no mob action me ya muru nku that is murder.
Now another way say at what point in a parliament realizing who say sa exemptions we e hu hia into this time there somewhere.
Is it parliament who did? Is it parliament that exemptions so?
So parliament.
Mama mo ye.
It's parliament during the committee stage.
What is the new people at them?
Anti another foreigner there, almost a maraboni.
What I say new people at them?
Another foreigner
new ideas. So committee is made up.
You know, what find the same
new ideas. Now here in this phone can attract.
Some make up new people at them. MPP for old people MDC. Almost should be new ideas.
Okay, can honorable more history of.
Some MPs
so don't underestimate them. They come they can hold the country to ransom.
Yes.
I'm telling you, almost very.
I don't be a common comma.
Look, okay, history now.
And I come with the you're wonderful. Even at this age, after all these years, at the end of the
rice is
very important
discuss it. And in your mama 2 minutes, not touch on.
It comes back with production and industrialization. And then you face the
rice.
And they send Ghana for the more. Into service a Ghana company and a mayor MD. To be in say, Miakasa Mempe Queen Bishop Minia you do more Ghana. And so I Ghana rice on the board.
Ghana their price factors of production no man. I don't know what it is.
And it is because Omunia supports Emma Omun grow big. But I buy Benisika and Yako cry.
Is it not buying the private people?
But I buy the facility dollars from the craving.
Oh, necessarily need a private person. Yeah, buying a crowd.
I'm not bitch say I buy the facility.
I buy that's whatever.
Time more, ya wa ba mu.
Na
Katie car say ye ban ne maybe. Said the bear you bet me
Nigeria or ban.
They buy the importation of rice.
Ayi papa bi awo ya ba mu no ye fe no honorable Abraham Juba Odu. Na oye past Kufuor time no deputy minister for health. Sabe deputy minister for local government. Ono na okọ Nigeria. E dey nim die kakra because Cocoa High Tech Kufuor abreso e baaye no. Na oye MC ewo Twifo Atibukwa. Na o leading Cocoa High Tech no. Ema sabe no Cocoa boom e baaye. Enwachi e no de no ho be hye emumu. O hwe Nigeria ene emu a omo produce na omabane importation of emo. But Muam Dia no Mudia, he was very instrumental. You will never say how. And so a man food I would be a man for and a friend and nobody knows Sierra Leone and nobody knows Senegal. Didn't I quite offers of bois at some mine. Quite on breakfast with Diamo, no my soft sustaining. That's all may rely on imports.
Okay, Honorable Adekye J. I was imported 1.71 million tons.
These are data we know already. You produce 960,000. That's it.
So there's a deficit of 7,000. 751,000.
It is sad data but era Erikopoku a buying policy saying that what a mo I bit media ewa hasiya ebia within the period because a mo afimuna ready. O call me chrome achimda enkwanta ehokọ ne ade nyina no a emo no modo eno modo mo manaka apaso agudam for close to about a year because a buo no a ene yetodo enye buo a eye buo pa nti o ma kripu ho enso obi dia wado a store no be 10 years 5 years aban na aboa no wo ho e no wado no bebre na yakosesa ne dia aba cheap ne aba beton na asai ene dollar esi aba form no money import ay cheap no eno na ama emo buo we no no aba form iti emo na import no aba form a local rice ahodi wom anke no be boaye no ene ay expensive it is yebetimi a aban emfa ni shape
okay
na omma say deep ekuo sei omuduru amo ye chichire mo ye boa mo ho no na ya ma mo support
na mo identify all areas yebetimi grow rice and maybe normal quality. Na investors wait me. Ashim. Nana.
Abuna, it's a good thing. Say a bit me increase your friend is saying your rice production because Ghana rice is very healthy. Na, also wedding, na wedding. So say if there is any issues with almost factors of production, and reduce the prices. I think say honorable. Erikopoku should also have a stakeholder dialogue with the more engaging friends saying Ghana rice production and sale because a mono but to but they import our taxes in Ghana they no boy chain. But also the point of quality, maybe the quality of it and so emano yes sir. Media we are talking about rice, but what I'm hearing today that I want a friend is saying honorable akwa health to tell us and say there's a white rice and polished rice is not healthy. And that's would do a spoonful of polished rice is like you are putting a spoonful of sugar in your body. That is what somebody told me. So a time has come for us to promote and empower young for normal grow more of our rice. Send a baby reduce some of these health issues. Now I was discussing diabetes with a doctor and he was telling me, say this is what it is, especially the high rise of blood sugar, rice, polished rice. Yes. So as a nation, we take and we should also take interest. Sometimes, young they are made in Ghana. No, we home bill. Or perfume rice.
To say Ghana rice ready. I'm out for.
We should start making up the shortfall. They say shortfall or who into our importation and come on. There should be a policy. There should be the rubber. Yet me, I can me and farrow rubber and macroom head. The friends, me and the same thing. Say and far rice. It's a common day. You bet me, I see a year only a dear.
How can the KTM or Yebi? Some of us Unkai.
So I'm into a fire near
Unkai.
The colonization, Africans, I know shit. Because we don't believe in ourselves, even up to this point. Until Yankasa dear rice, Bruni dear. Now, Yembisa Ura Kando, health minister, say how many people has he employed? I want a rice field or not. And if we have people like his type
10 or 20.
So what the vice president is calling for increase of the production of rice, it means increase of jobs.
Yeah.
And increment of jobs, Abba has a responsibility in that area. Abba making a conscious effort. Me as an Nkrumah, like keep on saying, I believe in state-owned enterprises, sir. You better make sure say, what setting up private management board? No more manage, one more targets. No more produce. Nipa na wote ano say to binko Kwame despite me work for resapon and no more say mo hwe ana wa fa farm expert bimo na omo manage military ka ho wo be hu mo e be produce sir the deficit may do 800,000 tons. We can produce it. So as successful ho just as you are using the military to clear the line for the expressway we say you call a mo dream. I'm going to use the military. We don't know about a producer in a year. And yes, the call is right, but a bank should also involve herself in ensuring, say, through that vein, jobs will be created.
Okay.
Obisa bimbisa ofa sembofa. Obisa bimbisa se Japade book no copy.
Or make me a soft copy.
Okay.
I was for Mame and Namwase, I mean, I'm paying for so mobile my dinkomo and Swasepa exported flout raw rubber ban, police agents exposed. It's a idea who comes out on a 10 rice sector into growth engine. Vice President Hills, regional investors and policy makers, leader versus speaker. Nothing to reconsider. The speaker cannot in any way reverse what has happened. What has happened has happened. We say Nkrumah Honorable Alexander Kwesiakwa, a member of parliament, Mamman for Moachimoda constituency, Honorable Nana Yachempim Jantoa, a presidential staffer, and first and ever first former general secretary for CPP Obabesia. Obabesia. Political analyst and an Obama yedi enkomo and of I am a fanka ho you see Madam Asepa. Okay, so former general secretary, acting general secretary. Okay, you mate me the beka ho pa next time here. Happy birthday to Mavis Odikro Nate of Omni Basic Bank of Laboni branch from Theodora Sagmote William and William Sagmorte and all your friends into we say so sign free amasapon kuma jesi right and so on or so my happy birthday nyame won shra na won yokese no so won kwa enemo mama fa da emma possible beauty house on a shame kama egumiti so aye nomi and matade part vintage on so ne share matade asedan koma the entire crew we chigina pa amode abomi wa wuji fia wo fia wo jebre and so here so aseda kese pa wo de odun fo hu ye mobody o chanadom ya Adekye Nsroma wo ho no mami yimpa ye mawo se nyame ntine ni mo tu ana mo sie bia wo kwa e de o ha wo bebre wo do wo nyame won twe won san wase na me mane ma wano empa wo enkofa asem enso emre wo da on hira won san no adwuma so na de we bi o mane nye enhira me din de abana chei wo ache me na me beso mo ne sa bre de makra